like to take this opportunity first and foremost to thank PCB and the Engro Cricket Pathway for inviting me here to this under 17 and under 19 camp. Prime duties that I've had is to assess the players in musculoskeletal assessment and then also do some capacity testing on them to see where we are in terms of baseline markers. And in that respect, we've carried out a full assessment of their neck, shoulder, spine, lower limbs. And then we've gone on to carry out capacity testing to see where we are in terms of where the rest of the world is and also where our fitness levels are at this moment in time. First and foremost, they need to have an understanding of why fitness is so important. And on that basis, we've carried out a lot of education both with the players as well as the staff to make them understand how fitness works. And we've been looking at strength, endurance, fitness levels themselves, and then we've also looked at different markers such as explosive running, etc., etc. And that becomes paramount now, because whilst the skills that these cricketers, young cricketers possess has been absolutely phenomenal, but the thing that they're lacking is that fitness level in comparison to the rest of the world, and we really need to get that up so they can not only compete, but I think once they get that fitness level with the ability they have, they will be able to compete with anybody in the world. Standard here in terms of their cricketing levels and their cricketing skills and the way I've seen them put the effort in has been second to none. Their passion for cricket has been absolutely phenomenal. Their willingness to learn has been phenomenal. And what we've done is we've set out lectures for them, very, very general lectures in terms of injury prevention and all the aspects of injury prevention, such as diet, hydration, sleep, recovery, then paying attention to technique and so forth. And then beyond that, we've taken that to how that affects performance and how that can help performance enhancement. And they lacked that knowledge initially, but now that we've opened that world up to them, they've been absolutely amazing in wanting to learn more about things like this. And they've taken up, and every minute of the day they're asking us questions: how can we improve our diet? How can we improve on our technique? How can we improve in our jumping? How can we improve in our running techniques? And that's just been phenomenal. So it's a real pleasure to see that they're doing things like this. By educating these young men at grassroots levels and then promoting that on a simple basis will encourage that need and also that desire to continue with that aspect of it. And then once they have that knowledge and see how much that can improve their performance, but also how it relates to injury prevention, then that will make a marked difference, and they will see themselves that that becomes a very important aspect of it. From our side, from a medical point of view, we need to get baseline markers. We need to be able to see how we compare to what we call normative data. Once we have that, we can then compare one limb to the other and see if there's an imbalance in our bodies, and then we can work on the imbalances and then bring that up to a normal standard. Beyond that, it also gives us a baseline, and if a player does become injured, we know what baseline they need to achieve, where they were, where they've got to, and now where we need to bring them up to. So by using this baseline and providing them with a structure in terms of their rehab or strengthening and conditioning, we'll be able to monitor these players through the course of the next year, and we can see how much they're improving. If there is a dip when we carry out screening at a later date, we can then ask the question, why has that dip occurred? And if it's through an injury, we can look at that and then bring them back up to speed. If it's through another aspect, then we can discuss that and then manage that accordingly.